Arniak whispers to trees in the light. Elven senses tuned to nature's blight. Rooney calls the spirits from the deep. Death cleric secrets never to keep. Bishop clangs with metal might. Roaring thunder in the night. Grime's got a grin and a glint in his eye, bugging the criminals with a fiendish try. Raise your glass and join the chorus, friends. At the Groggy Donkey, hearts are warmer than the brew. Laughter's ringing out like bells, the night feels ever new. Raise your voice and share a story, let the games begin. Time stands still within these walls as we all join in. Heroes of the wild, they march, stealing whispers through the arch. None can halt their daring quest. Legends rise, they'll do the rest. Raise your glass and join the chorus, friends. At the Groggy Donkey, hearts are warmer than the brew. Laughter's ringing out like bells, the night feels ever new. Raise your voice and share a story, let the games begin. Time stands still within these walls as we all join in.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another round of the Groggy Donkey. I'm Jacob, the founder and editor-in-chief of the Groggy Donkey. We're doing something a little bit different today. We don't have everybody with us, so we are going to be doing another Paladin one-shot featuring Meddlebee Dograx and Urmagerd is a Paladin. So I've got Kristen with me today and our Dungeon Master Talia, and we are excited to get this show on the road.
I love how you're pointing like people can see.
Yeah.
Which side we're sitting on.
This is an audio only media, and yet I am pointing at everybody. It's fine. I figured I'd point at you, and if you wanted to say something, you could say something, and if you didn't want to say anything, well, that's fine too.
Yeah.
So
You kind of kept talking. There was no pause in between.
I do.
Yeah. Oh well. Yes.
It's
so,
okay.
We are back with another Paladin adventure. And the way that that Jacob and I have developed these in our brain is that they have, regardless of whatever the adventure was before, they are not related. None of them. None of these stories intertwine at all with each other. It's just a brand new day and for these two paladins.
It's like watching an old TV show from like the 80s.
Yeah. It's exactly. There's no story. It's just, oh, look, it's just a brand new adventure. So today we find
Just another day, another dollar.
Wow.
So we find Bartleby and Urmagerd. They Bartleby, what's his name? Meddlebee.
God.
Bartleby.
I don't know. I always mess up his name. All right. So Meddlebee and Urmagerd. You just said it too. And they find themselves in the country of Granilkytbo. In the dark forests. They're actually currently in a little town. I don't know, name a town that's kind of on the border of Braziria and Granilkytbo. Just some kind of just random town. Just I can't read that. Any of them.
Fellgrove.
There you go. You guys are in Fellgrove at the moment, and you're sitting at the local tavern. You know, just listening to the chit chat and the clatter and stuff like that. Not really anything that you have to do. You know, you have you're just waiting to hear something. You know, you're kind of just waiting around for an adventure to happen. And
Here's a good question though: would Meddlebee and Urmagerd actually be like actively listening, Or do we just stumble across things? Like, is that how we do things?
I feel like we just stumble.
Yeah, I feel like
I think that's
adventurous
more like it,
stumbles into
too.
our lap. We don't.
Yeah.
We're actively seeking it, but we don't
We
seek it very
think
well. Yeah.
we're actively seeking stuff, but it doesn't really work in our favor.
Yeah, yeah. So like you're just as you're killing time, in walks this this young human man, and he's dressed in typical courier outfit. He's wearing, you know, the typical really thick soled leather boots and the patch kneed pants and very comfortable blouse and everything. So he's ready to go to run and deliver messages, you know, and he's got the little satchel on his side. And he comes in and he's looking around, and he spies you two sitting over at your table, and he walks up to you and he goes, "Are you the Paladins of Tibanerius?"
Oh well, we are definitely two paladins of Tibanerius. You got that right.
Well, I have a letter for you here that I was told to deliver to you directly.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you.
Yeah. Safe travels.
Tibanerius' light be with you.
Yes, you too. He's acting real awkward because he doesn't really know what to say. He's never really had an interaction like that.
Urmagerd, I hope these chicharrones don't give me gas. Kind of creeps up the armor.
Yeah, they probably will, Meddlebee.
You gonna finish your picante sauce?
Nah, you can have it. But this said letter here, I can't read, so you're gonna have to do it, Meddlebee.
Neither can I. That's why I didn't open it in front of him.
Oh,
Just kidding. I can read it.
okay.
Opens it up upside down. Okay, I open up the letter. What does it say?
You see as you open the letter, you can see a seal, a wax seal on the envelope, and it has you can see like a family crest on it. You don't recognize the family crest, but they seem to be kind of important people. And when you open it up, it's a letter from this young woman who introduces herself as Fiorella. And she's saying that her family is in trouble. There is a group of orcs that are kind of closing in and threatening the way of life, not just for her family, but also for pretty much everyone else in the city. They seem to be very much overtaking the entire city, and kind of not in a good way either. Not like it's a very huge crime syndicate, and these guys they're very organized. They're taking over everything, and it's the town of Morift, down on the coast, and very very large city. I would say, think of probably about the size of Liran. Would you say? In my head, I'm picturing Boston. That's where I'm picturing, but probably a little bit smaller. So, she's saying that this group of orcs are very quickly threatening the way of life there, and she's asking for your help to drive them out.
This looks snazzy and important, Meddlebee. What does it say?
Does the parchment smell like anything?
It kind of has a faint floral smell to it. Like the person who was writing it was wearing a floral perfume, but it also has a very faint, you know how blood has kind of like that metallic smell?
Yes, I do.
It kind of smells like that too. So
That sounded creepy when I said that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very creepy.
it smells like maybe the person sprayed the letter with the perfume to cover up the smell of the blood.
Yep. Smells like a woman and smells like blood.
Damsel in distress.
She had me at crime.
Right up our alley, Meddlebee.
So you guys can, you guys are paladins. You could probably pretty easily have somebody loan you a cart or something, or, join a little caravan that's traveling. And you can get there in no time. It's probably like a 2 days journey. So and it's a you know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys roll me a d20 to see how the day goes.
18.
12.
Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty good day. I mean, you get a little bit of a rain shower, kind of rains on your parade, you know, and now you're all soaking wet. But you guys make it there without any problem, and you start to get into the town of Morift.
We sing hymns about Tibanerius to lighten the mood.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead and what I'm gonna do basically, consider that like a you can singing along too, Urmagerd?
Of course.
All right. So kind of consider that like a bardic inspiration in a way. So both of you guys kind of have guidance. So on it, anytime you have a skill check, you guys can apply that extra. What's a bardic inspiration's D?
Depends on the level, but probably right now it'd be like a D6.
Yeah, like a D6. So you guys can add a D6 to a skill check roll. Cool. So if you wanted to, if you still wanted to. So because you guys are singing hymns to your god. So you guys make your way into Morift at the northern part of the city, and
Just to clarify, just in case I cut some of that stuff out. So the lady that wrote the letter to us wants to meet us in the northeastern side of the section of the city that's closer to the center. And there's districts of the city that kind of make these undulating patterns. They're not perfect. I'm assuming that they're following the streets.
think of them like counties.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily following the streets. They're kind of like county lines.
Okay. Landmarks
Or-
and whatnot.
Yeah. Or like, you know how Manchester has certain districts? Think of it like that.
Okay.
It's kind of broken up in those districts. And even though it's one city, those are kind of like the little district lines. And it's not perfect, but it's kind of like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, but yeah. So it's kind of broken up like that. And she wants to meet you over there. So,
Here, well, Morift is, it's a beautiful city.
I agree. Look at the water.
Yeah, there's always something peaceful about the water.
yeah, you guys will be able to see the water. I was going to say, could you see the water from here? Yeah, you can. Because the way the city is it kind of like you're higher up in elevation and then it comes down to the... Yeah.
Let's see, is it numbered streets that go east to west, or is it lettered streets that go east to west? I can never remember.
Think-
I don't know, Meddlebee. I can't read.
Think Boston. There's no grids. It's like a drunk 5-year-old drew the map with a crayon.
Let's just pick a street and walk.
Like, yeah, that's a great. Hey, you know what? Let's just ask somebody. Hey, greetings there, friend. I'm Meddlebee Dograx, a Paladin at Tibanerius. We're looking for a specific address. Do you think you could help me out?
Yeah, I can help you out. What you looking for?
Well, here's the address. It's 123. I made this up today. Morift, Granilkytbo.
Okay, so you're looking for a tavern that's called Little Jim's Pizzeria.
I'm looking for Little Jim's Pizzeria.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh yeah, you'll find. You're gonna. Oh yeah, you'll find that down there on Draft Street.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, Tibanerius' light be with you.
Yeah, whatever. So you find your way over to Draft Street in this little tiny little shop. Think like red and white striped little.
I know exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about.
little green shutters, and yep. So a little pizzeria.
Can you purchase the pie by the slice?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like huge
Yeah, The
slices.
slices are like probably 13 inches long.
Oh my gosh, that was like one of the greatest things about going to New York City is every street had like a little pizza store in it. And it was like $1.50 per slice, right?
Yeah.
But you got this massive slice of pizza.
So that's cheap.
And, well, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. And depending on what the pizza, if you get like cheese or pepperoni, it was like $1.50, $2.
Yeah.
And the more
Was it
expensive
Sal's?
was like $3.75.
Sal's Pizza, like in Concord. They have to buy a slice, and those things. Those
Yeah,
honkers-
big slices. You have to like. Well, if you ask a New Yorker how they eat
Taco
their.
it.
Yeah. Well, no,
You
if
have to taco
If you
it.
ask a New Yorker how they eat their pizza, they'll say you fold it. Because that's the only way you can, and of course you get the grease that just drips down your arm. Anyway,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sidetracked
This
so
is
hard.
this is big, hairy. You know, just to think of it. You see the guy as he's back there making it, and he's wearing the the apron with the greasy shirt. He's got the big old hairy arms. He's got cigarette out of his mouth basically, and
That's sanitary.
you can see him right. That's what I say it was little
Little Jims.
little Jims. Yeah, and that's little Jim.
Little John. Yeah.
I imagine Urmagerd. Aren't you a health inspector as well?
Why, yes, I
I
am.
think you might need to knock this place down from an A+ to a B.
Well, we might need to see how the food tastes first.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Well, let's look around here and find. What's the name of that lady again? I didn't write it down.
Fuchsia? No. No.
For
Get a little close to something else there.
for delicious.
Fergie.
Yeah, little Jim. I'm looking for a lady by the name of. Actually, hold on. Let me look around first. Let me see if I can see her.
There's not a whole lot of patrons in there. You see a couple of dwarves. You see a few humans.
I rolled a 5 for perception.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Couple of dwarves, a few humans. You see a couple of elves
I
in
rolled
there.
a 17 for perception.
17. So as he's more distracted by the food, Urmagerd can see kind of tucked around the corner. There's another like the seating goes back behind where the little kitchen area is.
Meddlebee, there's more seats in the back.
Oh,
we
hey.
should go look.
Good eye there, Urmagerd.
Yeah. So as you turn the corner, you see a figure sitting with their back towards you, and they're facing the wall, or they're sitting on one of the tables, and it seems to be that they're alone. They're the only person sitting over there.
I imagine that that Meddlebee and Urmagerd, they're the cops that as soon as they walk up to you, they flash their badge, So they walk up, flash the holy symbol, like, yeah, Meddlebee Dograx, Paladin at Tibanerius.
She kind of winces a little bit and turns away, and then looks back, and she goes, "You are the paladins I sent for?"
All right, well, yeah, if
If you're fabulosa,
Yes. She looks up a little confused, and she goes, I am Fiorella Angelo.
yeah, that one.
I have sent for you because we need your help against the orcs."
oh, the orcs, eh?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said something about that in the letter. I promise I read it.
Nasty creatures.
So what exactly seems to be the problem? How can we help you?
Well, ever since the orcs have moved into the city, they have been very ferociously taking over. My family has been here for centuries, and ever since the orcs decided to move here, they have been more or less giving us trouble in maintaining our businesses.
Meddlebee, might I have a word?
Absolutely, excuse us.
She sure is pretty.
Hey, look, I understand that that woman is absolutely beautiful.
That means trouble.
Yes, it does.
For the listeners, because I didn't describe what she looked like, but Jacob and Kristen kind of get an idea because I sort of dressed like her. She has long black hair, very pale skin that looks a little dewy. She's an elf. She has brown eyes, and she's wearing makeup, but it looks to be more like she's hiding something. Like her makeup's not done very well. Her lipstick is a little smeared, but doesn't really match anything. Doesn't really go with her features or anything. It just kind of stands out a little extra weird. Which mine's all gone, so you guys, I rubbed it off. But
We ate before this, okay?
Yeah. I'm in the middle of, and so she's very, very beautiful, and she smells just like the letter does.
Do I also catch the slight hint of a smell of that iron blood smell?
Roll me a smell check.
Is that a perception?
Yeah,
or?
yeah.
Okay. Maybe. Well, it's bad either way. That's a 10.
10? I'd say that when you were up close to her, you kind of got that.
Okay. 10. That's my passive perception too. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Women equal danger. That's for sure. Especially beautiful ones that write you letters and that are scented like perfume and blood.
Hey.
What do we do?
Well, first off, I think we should offer a prayer. We both took a vow of chastity, and so we are both virgins. We should make sure that we don't let her.
No bewitching.
Yeah, don't want her to bewitch us with her.
Yeah, I thought so. Rolled a BS check on that one.
Oh no, that's
I'm joking.
That's the truth.
By the way, I rolled an 18.
I was a wild in my youth.
You're like
And
22.
then I found the way of Tibanerius.
I trained you.
Anyway, so
It's like you when you go to college and you've got the college age kid, and then you've got the guy who's starting over in life, the middle aged man, and he's your roommate. it's Meddlebee and Urmagerd. We were roommates during holy school.
nice. So
And they were roommates.
when you guys finish up kind of talking amongst yourselves, she asks, she goes, "So will you help us?"
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, we're in.
I must tell you that my father may not necessarily be too kind to me bringing you back, but it is imperative that you talk to him.
Oh well. I mean, yeah, I was just planning on going down and fighting these orcs and tell them to, get the heck out of here.
Shoo.
You could, but my father may be of some help.
Well, I'm always down for some help.
Let's go see the big guy.
And then she kind of, not like out loud, but loud enough that you kind of catch it. She goes, "Laudare Signore della Schiena," which means praise the Lord of the Black.
Can I roll a religion check on that? 5?
Should be 5 for
Yeah,
religion check?
5 for religion check.
Uh,
I don't know who the Lord.
Like, well, you would have heard of him, but you don't know, like, this particular region. Like, maybe they, just using a little bit of your noodle.
Could be a regional term for a
Could
deity
be a
that I know.
Exactly, because you know that up in the holy city where you guys are from, they also worship Hevikheid and Daelanok. Daelanok, obviously the god of thunder and competition, and so like maybe it's a slang term you've never heard of him being called that, but like could be, but yeah, otherwise your paladin, you failed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, she leads you back to a portion of the city that seems to be kind of nicer houses. You guys take a taxi cab, and
Little yellow carriage with.
little yellow, yep, and yep, and a guy wears a funny hat or whatever.
Weaving in and out, just bobbing.
Yeah. And, or poetic license is what it is. So yeah, you guys. She leads you to a portion of the city that seems they're kind of some nicer houses, and she leads you back to one that's think like. Have you guys ever been up towards near like Newberry? Yeah.
Probably.
So the houses are kind of they're like all in a row, and they're really tall, usually about 4 or 5 stories. They're brick. What do they call it? Brownstones.
Brownstones, yeah.
Yeah. So think of it more like most of the houses are. It's like a whole line of brownstones on either side of the roads, and you see one of them is a little bit fancier, and actually it's separated from the rest of the buildings, and then has like an wrought iron fence that goes around it in the front yard. And then there's the alleyway in between, every so often or whatever. But this one, has an alleyway on both sides, and it kind of looks a little bit more of not just that brownstone look, but it's like a mixture between that brownstone and Gothic architecture like that.
Oh, they're living that Granilkytbo dream, little house with a wrought iron fence around it.
The Granilkytbo dream. Boy. So she goes in and she walks up and she goes, I must warn you, keep your hands to yourselves.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on fondling anybody.
No touchy-feely from me.
And no weapons.
All right, well, pull
What
out.
do I do with
meaning-
these
meaning,
two
like,
guns?
Don't pull them out. Like,
Oh,
don't,
okay.
Don't flash the
I was
weapons.
gonna say,
Don't appear threatening in any way.
I could drop him here. I'm like, I pull out like javelin, lance, longsword, wooden stake.
It sounds like that. It sounds like that Meddlebee. He's the type that just drop trowel and walks in his underwear because otherwise, just everything's.
Yeah. You got a crowbar and a hammer.
Yeah.
I could swing these manacles like those nunchucks.
Nunchucks. So anyway, she knocks on the door. Even though it appears she lives there, she just doesn't barge in. She knocks on the door, and
So respectful.
you see a guy, and he's wearing a like a vest over a shirt, and he's got like one of those driver caps on, and he peeks his head out, and he goes, "Oh, where have you been? We've been looking all over for you." And she just kind of waves off and then walks in. And then he stops you two at the door and he goes, "Hold on. You still with her?"
Yeah.
She kind of just, again, nods, doesn't say anything. And then he waves you in. He goes, "I'm watching you guys."
All right. You do that.
She leads you into a drawing room.
Dad snaps.
Yeah.
You do that.
She leads you into a drawing room and she goes, "Wait here. I will bring father."
All right.
And then it's one of those, where like, the doors, like that. So you guys are sitting there.
Nettleby sits down, just looking
Yeah.
around. He's
Roll
looking
me a
for,
perception check.
People magazine or whatever.
Both of us?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, 14.
14?
17.
17? Okay. At first, when you walked in, at first you didn't notice him, but then as you kind of, oh wow, this place is really nice. There's like a grand piano off in one corner. There's a bunch of bookshelves. So it's kind of seems to be like kind of an office room or whatever. There's a desk at one end. So it's kind of that all-purpose study / sitting room kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but you notice there's a guy sitting in an armchair in the corner with like the periodical, the newspaper.
Yeah.
So just, and he's got his legs crossed, whatever, and he just kind of like lowers it and then just like this,
When he lowers it, I'll give him the little head nod.
Yeah. And he just kind of back up, and you see him in there. They're all elves, by the way. The guy that answered the door, he's a little bit more pudgy. The guy sitting, he's kind of just more built. He's kind of a bigger guy. You've never seen elves quite as ripped, but they're elves. You can tell. They don't exactly hide it.
Right. Yeah.
So, but they all seem to have a little bit of like that pale, dead look. Go ahead and roll me another perception check.
18.
16.
Oh, sweet. You both this time you get a much stronger smell or hint of that smell, that metallic smell. Like the whole place kind of smells like it. but it also smells like tobacco and like cologne. Yeah.
I'm gonna check my pits to make sure it's not my sweat, making my armor smell. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're not rusty yet, Meddlebee. Yeah. You wait a few minutes, and then the door opens up, and a guy walks in. He's this big elf, and you see the other guy in the corner. He takes the paper, folds it up, and he stands up. And then the guy moves to the side, and he goes, "Stand up for the dawn."
All right. I'll stand up.
Okay.
So then both the guys, they stand on either side, and like this elderly gentleman walks in. He's an elf, but he's bald, and he's kind of short, but he's not like too short. He's just a little bit shorter than an average elf. And what?
I'm waiting for the voice.
I'm not doing that voice. I was going to, but
Welcome to the family.
no, I'm not gonna do the voice like this. I should, but I'm not going to. Anyway, actually, no, it's funny. Anyway, this is a Paladin adventure. What is it without being just all giggles? So anyway,
Yeah.
So anyway, the guy walks in. He's kind of an elderly gentleman, and he's dressed all nice, and he's got a red cravat with a pin in it or whatever. And he walks in. He's got his a suit on. He looks very, very important. When he walks in, that smell of metal is much, much stronger. And he walks over and he sits down at the desk, and he waves you over to come sit in front of the desk. And you guys gonna go sit in front?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I was gonna say good, because otherwise the guys, pull out some brass
The
knuckles.
the hair on the back of Meddlebee's neck is standing on end.
Oh yeah, see, you guys have divine sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
When you walked into this place, actually
No.
up to this place,
Actually, let me just go ahead. I'm gonna
every
expend
hair,
the charge.
every hair on your body is just like, swing. You got that total super spidey senses. What are you doing?
Yeah, I just divine sense. Yeah, because you get 3 charges of it a day.
Oh well, I mean, I'm just gonna say this is kind of like a passive divine sense that you.
Oh,
have without-
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Without expending anything, you kind of. This is you. This is weird. There's something hinky going on here. He comes down and you've convinced me to do the voice. He goes, yes. My daughter has told me that you've come to help. What sort of services do you think you can provide?
Flash my badge. Well, we're Paladins of Tibanerius, and our kind of, our mission, our job is to just travel around and find anything that's not good and put it good.
Well,
Well said, Meddlebee.
as deeply as we're involved in the churches, we don't really like your type hanging around too much, if you catch my drift.
May I speak with you, sir?
You are speaking with me now. Go ahead.
Well, might I just say you look rather dashing, first and foremost. Secondly, we're very good at what we do. We can be in and out, lickety-split. You wouldn't even know we were here.
Well, Fiorella has told me you have a sort of reputation to the north, which is why she called you in. I've never heard of you, but if you guys can do what we need you to, then I'll be happy to pay you for your troubles.
Yeah, well, that is, it's almost not even in our job description, but it's kind of hard to say no,
I can't really get a read on you two. You guys really paladins?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, any way I can prove it to you?
No, it's all good. Do you know how hard it is to use that voice when you have to sneeze? Anyway. So, the issue is the orcs. They're starting to get on my nerves. And I need to have a few professionals come in because my guys here are bozos. But I've lost too many men already. So bringing in some professionals would absolutely, if you could help us, you'd be... Darn it, I forgot that word. What's that word? Beneficial to our cause.
Well, anything to help. Look, we're not, I think as the locals might say here, we're not jabronis.
Well, we'll decide if you're jabronis or no. So what you're gonna do is I think the way to do this, the strategy, as you say, is to go in and take out the son of the, let's say, rival. His name is Fyodor. Fyodor. Of the family, Kutsin... How do you say that? Kutsinetsov? Thank you. Yes, what he said. Kuznetsov. Kutsinetsov.
I kind of misspelled it, but I got it.
Yeah.
I'm going to mispronounce it anyway, so it's fine.
yeah. Yeah, that Tony here, he speaks a little orcish. He can pronounce it.
Kuznetsov.
Right. Yeah, that sounds right.
All right.
They've been a thorn in my side since they came here 20 years ago. And it's only been getting worse. If you can whack him, I think it'll bring their empire down.
All right, listen, Don. I don't want to...
Please, call me Federico.
Federico.
Federico, excuse me.
Federico, I don't want to, rain on your parade. But look, I don't tell you how to do your job. Don't tell me how to do my job. I think the best approach here is just lay it out for them, ultimatum. You leave or else. And if they choose the or else path, then we'll get going on this offing somebody job. Kind of goes against our ways to just go around, killing people. Yeah, we're not afraid to do it. We'll do it. I got a few tricks up my sleeve, but we can be pretty persuasive when we want to. Isn't that right, Urmagerd?
Yeah.
I don't think you guys get the gravity of the situation.
Look at that face. See that face right there? Those puppy dog eyes, they'll get anybody to do anything. Urmagerd's got the face of an angel.
Well, I sure hope so, but I hope it's an avenging angel.
Yeah, well, if the time comes for it.
I'm feisty.
Yeah, you went through a few phases in college, right?
Yeah. I lost the voice halfway through because of my sneeze. Well, if you guys need to do what you guys need to do before you whack this guy, then you do it. Just make sure that if you need any of my men's help, you just ask.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it very much, Federico.
Fabio.
Fabio.
I think it's actually technically Federico, but Federico.
There's
Don
too many
Federico
F names.
Angelo.
I'm getting confused. Meddlebee.
Yeah.
Fyodor, Federico, Fiorella.
Well, those two names, Fiorella and Federico, are Italian. And
Yeah, well, don't call me Meddlebee anymore.
Fyodor.
My name is Fettleby.
Fettleby.
Urmagerd.
I like my alliteration, okay?
All right.
Keep it with a sound.
Okay.
All right.
Do you happen to know where this Fyodor is?
Yeah, he's over in the Lighthouse District.
All right. Lighthouse District. Just taking some good notes, You got paperwork to do later. Got to fill out those Paladin reports.
Bless.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna need this. Jeez. You think with all the crosses that I'm wearing right now that... Anyway.
All right. Well, Federico, we appreciate your time, and again, if there's anything else we could do for you, you just let us know. We're gonna get up out of your hair, and you'll find this Fyodor Kutsenetsov.
Yeah. Meddlebee be with you.
Hey, yep, and Tibanerius with you as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's we'll show ourselves out.
All those sneezes, man. All right, so the Lighthouse District is. I drew it backwards. I actually had it on the wrong side of the bay.
Yeah, it's okay.
The shady part is yeah. So you guys are coming from the north, right? And the big egg part, or on the egg, the big part on this side, that's the Lighthouse District. That's where you guys are going. And it is pretty far into it. However, you guys are definitely outsiders, so you look a little out of place.
We don't know that.
Yeah, but just yeah.
Strolling with all the confidence.
Yeah. So, you guys walk around, and you don't know where. You don't know where to find this guy necessarily, except that he's in the Lighthouse District. Now, Tony, the big guy that he was talking to that speaks Orcish, he told you that you can probably find a friend that will find you, that might have some information, so an informant, that will find you and contact you, and kind of like guide you as to where to go.
Okay.
He didn't tell you his name. He didn't tell you what he looks like. He just said that he'll know what you look like.
Great.
So, as you guys make your way into the Lighthouse District, you could see how things are starting to become. There's a different feel in the air around in the Lighthouse District. It's not quite as fancy. It's not as established. So like it looks like it might have been at one point, and just for some reason something has kind of just run it down. There's a lot of businesses that are out of business, boarded up and stuff like that. There's a lot of houses that look to be abandoned or also like boarded up and falling into disrepair. So it's not like it was like a poor section. It just looks to be like it's been kind of like just nobody cares type of thing. So you find a business that happens to be open, which is a tavern that's open. That's also an inn, so tavern inn. And it's called Scusami Pardoni. Yeah, that's it. Just Scusami Pardoni. And it seems to be like I'm running out of ideas. Don't shoot me.
Meddlebee, what's the name of this place?
It's Scusimi Pardonami.
Oh, weird.
I think because there's accent marks, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
So when you walk in, you
The
see
neon sign is incredible.
you see that so when you look at it, right, there seems to be like there's like spray paint, basically like graffiti trying to cover up the name of it. And like all over the building, like there's elvish like slurs for elves written all over it. And then
Ooh, that's a bad one.
yeah. Go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you can recognize one of the words.
5. No, I don't.
Urmagerd, do you want to look at the horrible
9.
Okay. Nope. Apparently none of you can read. It's graffiti work, so you guys, it's kind of hard to read anyway, so you guys can't really make it out. So, and it's also in Orcish. It looks to be like. I will say what you do see is you see like a very crude like a stick figure type thing drawn on there. That looks to be some person. Actually, you know what? No, not crude. A very beautifully done on the side of the building, like a mural. Across from on the other wall, across from the Scusami Pardoni, and when you look at that, you can see an orc, clear as day, is an orc, and he is beaten to a pulp, an elf that has pale skin. Wearing all black, and then has fangs in his mouth.
Yeah, look at that. That stereotype. Did elves will eat your children? That's just terrible. I mean, so many good elves throughout history, and yet you still got garbage.
You guys are
like
humans,
this.
right?
Yeah, we're half elf.
Oh, you're half elf. Okay. Yeah.
They got half fangs, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Little baby ones.
That's just terrible.
But you also see on the orcish side and on the elvish side, like it's split down the middle with colors, you can see family crests, and you recognize the one from the Angelo family. So you are assuming that the one on the other side with the orcs is the
Kuznetsov?
Kuznetsov. Yeah, that's that family. Yep.
Pull out my smartphone and I take a picture of the Kuznetsov family crest. Yeah, just add that to my memory banks. You're right. Well, that's interesting.
So when you walk into the inn, you are met by a very I guess you can say eccentric looking dwarf. And dwarves are what language again? German. So you're met with a very eccentric looking dwarf. And you walk in and he goes German. I'm not gonna be able to do a German accent. Picture a German accent. I can't do that. So you walk in and this little dwarf. He's behind the counter, and he sees you, and he greets you, and he goes, he says, "Hello.
Hey, how are ya?
You two aren't from around here."
Yeah, it's a keen eye. How'd you spot us?
Don't patronize me.
I wasn't patronizing. It was a genuine question.
You've got to be joking. So he
Nope.
walks over, grabs a couple glasses, puts them in front of you, and goes, "What you drinking?"
I will have a nice, tall, cold, crisp glass of just water.
He blinks at you for a second.
Can mine have lemons?
Yeah, can you get this guy some lemons in his?
And he goes, "Lemons?"
Yeah, any citrus fruit will do.
I have some if you want to just put it in the water for me.
Water? I
Meddlebee.
guess if you water. Anyway, I can't do German.
Meddlebee, does he not know what water is?
You
He's
guys are in the
dehydrated.
wrong place for this. Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Meddlebee, and this is Urmagerd. We're Paladins of Tibanerius. If you're wondering if the confusion is why we would choose water in a tavern, it's because we don't drink alcohol.
He kind of twirls his mustache. He's like, "Ha! I'm only joking with you." And he comes around and he like walks around and he from behind the bar. So instead of pouring you any water, he just walks around from behind the bar, comes up and stands behind you, puts his hands like as high as he can because he's a dwarf, pats you on the back, and he goes, "You were sent by the dawn, right?"
Yeah, it's a very strange
Yeah.
position to take, but yeah.
All right, come with me. And he goes, and he calls out, I don't know, some German name, whatever. And you see this German, you see this dwarvish woman. She comes out, you know, stroke, like with very like braids in her beard or anything. And then I'm joking, I know. Dwarves in your world, the females don't have beards. Anyway, she comes out, you know, and she comes up and she stands up behind the bar and looks kind of mean, and then just nods at the guy, and he takes you back into a back room. It seems to be like his office, right? And he goes, "All right, so Don sent you, right?"
He did. We're looking for a Fyodor Kuznetsov.
Close enough. Yeah. So the orcs, they've, as you can see, they've been taking over this part of town. And you can hear his accent changes, and he's speaking more with that Italian accent.
I kind of got the feeling of that when I saw that beautiful mural outside.
Yeah, it's gruesome, ain't it? They painted it on there when they kind of found out that I was sort of related.
Yeah, it's just a terrible stereotype
Cousins.
that elves have fangs and eat your children. It's terrible.
Well, it's sort of true.
Yeah, well, I mean, those birdsong elves did some pretty terrible things during the war. And some of it's...
I'm not talking about that.
All right, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
The Angelo family, let's just say, the Don's a lot older than he looks.
Yeah, he takes care of himself. Probably exercises. Probably drinks water.
Healthy
He's
man.
about 4,000 years old.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
How?
Yeah, and his daughter, yeah, she looks young for her age, too.
She's probably like 30.
Put it this way, in human years, she's technically 300. Wow. I don't know what that would be in elven years. I'm not going to do the math at the moment. But
It's
like,
a lot.
4,000's old for an elf.
It is.
Like, very old.
It is
It's
very
like,
old.
they should be dead.
Yeah, twice over.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's old.
Well, that's quite the lore dump. I'll roll a check to see if Meddlebee knows why that would be.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 1.
Meddlebee doesn't know shit today.
You think so hard that your brain physically hurts. Roll me a d4.
That's a 3.
3?
Yeah.
You don't pass out.
Okay.
Okay. But it hurts. No damage yet.
All right, got a headache.
Can I
all
roll
of a
to see
sudden.
if Urmagerd knows?
Yeah, go ahead.
16.
Vampires.
Meddlebee, I can see your brain's hurting a little bit, so let me help you out. They're vampires.
Oh, Tibanerius, save us all. Looks like we got 2 issues to solve today.
They did not disclose this information. I knew she was trouble.
Yep. It's the, oh boy. That complicates things here. All right. Well, task number 1, deal with these orcs. Task number 2, deal with these vampires.
All right. So as you, you start talking to Peter, as he says his name, or Pietri. I don't know. What's the German version of Peter?
No, it's just I'm laughing because I was listening to another podcast, and the name Pieter
Oh yeah,
came up,
Peter.
but one of the characters kept calling him Petrie.
Petrie.
It was hysterical.
Whatever
So
it
funny.
is, German version of Peter.
I don't know what it is.
So, he, is telling you a little bit about them as you guys come to the conclusion that they're vampires, and he goes, yeah, they're vampires. He goes, as long as, they're just asking for your help to get rid of the orcs. We'll leave you alone. We don't, mean to bother the city. Like, that's not what we're here for. We have our own businesses here, and this is our home. So, like, all we ask is that you take care of the orcs and you leave us alone, basically.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, where's this Fyodor Gutznetstaff?
So he likes to hang around by the casino.
Casino.
Bad dude.
Absolutely.
The casino is in, I guess you could say, neutral territory on the coast.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you'll see a little bit of both of our guys in there, but they like to separate themselves a lot. Like, you'll see the divide when you walk in. But don't think that any of the Angelo men will help you necessarily if you get into a scuffle with the orcs. The Gutsnesov will take care of you, and Angelos might just eat you afterwards.
Well, that's terrifying, but okay.
Unless the Don sends him himself, then they're not going to help you.
Well, he did say that if we needed help from any of his men, that he would send them. So
I'm
there is
sure
that.
you would.
All right, well, let's get into this this gambling house.
All right, so you make your way down to the casino. It's nighttime. You can see that it's very lively, very, very lively place. And, it's got the typical, got your card games over in one corner, or spread around, I should say. You've got your, roulette tables. You have a few other, like, games of chance taking place.
Before we walk in, I want to cast, actually, Urmagerd. What's your charisma score? And are you proficient with persuasion?
Persuasion, no. And my charisma. Is
Alright.
just a 0. Like a +0.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to give myself Eagle Splendor, so I have advantage on charisma checks. Oh, that's charisma checks. Not
just charisma, yeah.
not persuasion checks. Well, yeah.
Persuasion's
Yeah,
charisma.
yeah. So that'll work. Sorry, I brain farted on that one. Yeah, so I'm gonna give myself advantage on charisma.
Okay.
So we'll walk into the casino, look around, try to find this divide. Obviously, I'm assuming it's just like orcs on one side, elves on the other side.
It's pretty drastic like that, almost. But you can tell that there's a little bit of mixture, but there's definitely a rivalry going on.
Okay.
And like the stakes are high between the orcish and the elvish games.
Okay.
Obviously, there's a mixture of other races in there too. You see a few dwarves, you see a couple of gnomes, you see a few humans. They come around. This is one of the only casinos in the area, so they travel around to go there.
Yeah.
And it's as far away from the holy city as possible. So you two men, you kind of stand out, especially because you look the part. It's basically like two cops walking into a casino dressed full blues, just straight up.
Flash my badge at the door. Hey, we're here on official business.
Yeah. Well, the doorman doesn't exactly like that very much, and he's like, "Can I see your your holy orders?"
What side do we? Let's go on the go through on the Angelo side, so that it's like an Angelo doorman, and I'm just gonna show him the.
There's only one door.
Oh, there's only one door.
Only
so
one door.
I'm gonna show him the seal from the letter. That's got the Angelo family crest on it.
Or he's just gonna go, and they'll let you in. He doesn't seem to be particularly swayed either way, but like he saw the seal and he goes, all right, fine. He goes, thinking maybe you guys are just in disguise or something like that. It's, you know, the hitmen that are, you know, that just happens to be, you know.
Wink, wink. Yeah, wink, wink.
So he got paid off by the Angelo family to go whack somebody on the Kuznetsov. So, which it is technically true, but you're not cops. So, you guys walk in. It's a very beautiful place. The carpet is real nice design. There's crystal chandeliers dangling by. It's very, it eeks of wow, it's rich. It's technically owned by a dwarven group of people. And the family that owns the casino is dwarven. But they are, no fighting in the casino. Or else we're gonna have to, there's a price to pay. They don't ever say what it is, but both sides know that if you try to start a fight, you're dragged off by a very large Goliath, and then you're never seen from again.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, exactly, Thor. So yeah. You don't know exactly what this guy looks like. You just know that he's one of the orcs. And he's probably going to be important looking. So you don't exactly know what this guy Fyodor looks like. You just know he's going to be a big, tough, mean orc, and he's going to look kind of important.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, because Peter, he's like, I ain't going with you.
That's fair.
Yeah. Roll me Actually, how are you guys going to go look around without being too obvious?
I'm going to stand in the middle of the room and I'm just going to look in a 360.
I'm going to pull out my clipboard and my health inspector glasses and badge and pretend I'm a health inspector.
Ooh, okay.
Well, I mean, I am a health inspector,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm pretending I'm inspecting this place.
Roll me a deception check,
Okay.
and you roll me a perception check.
Where's my deception?
9.
Net 20.
Nat 20? All right. So you look to be like so convincing that you've had a couple of staff walk up to you and ask you if you need help. Are you gonna, buy into that? Kind of have them walk you around a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they walk you around to different things. They have you, check out the behind the bar.
Right.
You talk to the bartender.
And I'm just going to strike up like small talk with them while we're walking
Yeah.
around being like,
How long have you worked here?
Yeah. Are you gonna bring anything up about asking about the orcs and the elves? Kind of like
I'll be like,
So why is there such a big space in the middle here? Is
Yeah.
that a dance floor or what's going on?
Yeah. So they tell you about the divide, the two families, the kind of the war that I guess you can call it a war. Yeah.
Oh no.
That's been going on between them, like a turf war.
Are there leaders here now? Are we in danger at all?
He kind of is like, no, you guys stick out like a sore thumb, but you shouldn't be too much in danger. And as long as you keep to yourselves and you don't poke anyone to make you hurt you. He's like, we got a few bigwigs in the room right now. That is I don't know what I breathed or something, but anyway, yeah. There's a few bigwigs in the There's gonna be a lot to cut out of this one.
That's fine.
There's a few bigwigs in the room right now, and he kind of points over to one table, and it looks to be like a what is that game that James Bond plays in the one?
Roulette?
No, not roulette. The
Blackjack?
Sean Connery. What's that?
Blackjack?
No,
21?
no. Starts with a B.
Oh.
Baccarat. Is that the name?
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, sitting at a table like that, and then he points. he says, that there over there, and it's a tall, thin elf. And he goes, that's the nephew of the Dawn. Then he points over at another table, and he goes, that there is one of the, higher up positions in the orcish family, and then he points over to another table that seems to be like a poker table. And he points out and he goes, "That there, that's the heir of the Kuznetsov family. That's Fyodor himself. He's
Wow, those are big wigs.
yeah, he actually brings in quite a bit of money. He's actually
Do
not
they
that
treat
lucky.
you guys well?
As long as we treat them well, they treat us well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't had too many scuffles.
Well, that's good. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, and of course it's this dwarvish man you're talking to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So think German accent. He's like, yeah, we haven't had too many troubles. But when we get the scuffles going, we know how to stop it.
Good. That's good. So I did notice a little bit of scum on the bottom of here. That needs to be cleaned up pretty quick.
Oh, you've got that. I got you right there. And he starts scrubbing away.
Okay, good. I saw nothing.
He winks and you don't see anything. You're just it's noisy. There's a bunch of, you get bumped into by a couple of people. They're like, hey,
Oh,
what are you doing?
sorry.
There's a waiter who walks over to you and tries to offer you hors d'oeuvres.
Oh yeah, I'll take a few of those.
Yeah. And then make me while you're busy with talking to the dwarven man and who's walking you around, make me another perception check.
16.
Fiorella walks in with a guy who has similar features to her. So you can kind of tell they're definitely 100% related.
I'm gonna attempt to surreptitiously give her the little wink and nod kind of deal, like, hey, I see you, but don't want to be seen by anybody else doing this motion.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Okay, so stealth I technically have disadvantage on because of my plate armor.
Go ahead and do deception then.
But I was gonna ask, can I roll a stealth without, because I'm not
Yeah,
moving.
yeah.
I'm just
You
trying
could
to
do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well, either one, deception or stealth, whichever one.
cocked. It's worse. Said or deception.
Or deception, whichever one's higher.
You can add your D6 to it.
Oh, I get a D6.
Yeah. From
From
singing
the
your
prayers. Yeah.
Oh, and I got a 6. Sweet. 10.
10. There you go. It's kind of you think you're not that obvious, but it's a little bit more obvious than you'd like it to be.
That's fair.
And she kind of just, I don't see you.
I'm basically just standing in the middle of the room waving.
She's probably
at
just
her.
going idiot.
Essentially, yeah. And she walks over and sits down at a table, and her brother, that's her brother, excuse me, doesn't sit. They walk over to a craps table, and he, goes over and starts placing bets and stuff like that. Yeah, sound effects. So you have now seen what Fyodor looks like.
Nice.
So I'm gonna thank the nice gentleman for showing me around, and I'll let you guys know your grade coming up in a week or two.
Feel free to stick around, play a few games, help yourself to a drink.
Yes, I think I might.
Yeah,
thank
you for coming
you.
in. We sometimes most people don't like the surprise inspections, but every once in a while we like it because
Well, when it's a nice establishment like this, you have nothing to be afraid of.
you paladins are always so nice.
We try to be. Tibanerius, he has us just doing good work.
He absolutely does.
I love that it's canon now that paladins are health inspectors. Paladins and a paladin and a cleric show up. They're like, "Yep, we're gonna do your health inspection."
It only makes sense.
What's the fantasy version of OSHA?
Essentially. So, yeah.
So I'm gonna make my way back to Meddlebee.
Meddlebee, yeah, who is still mindlessly standing in the middle of the room, sipping on a cocktail and eating
not a
wieners on a.
cocktail.
Oh, well, you know what I mean. Eating wieners on a stick, you know.
Yeah, you should trade this caviar.
No thanks. I have some info, though. Let's go this way.
All right.
So we're not in the middle of the room.
All right, let's go this way.
We just kind of go towards the bar, not really to a side, but more just like straight.
Okay. Yeah. So, you relay the information to Meddlebee. Fyodor is this very, very large orc. He's got these huge muscles. He's got a black mohawk and a kind of like a that comes down. He's got those lamb chops, you know, like the big ones that just take up half his cheeks, but like nothing in the middle, you know.
Yep.
So lamb chops with a mohawk, and really dumb looking, but you know,
Rippling pectorals.
he's a big tough guy, and if you say otherwise, he'll beat your face in. And yeah, he's sitting over there playing like poker.
Yeah, how do you see we go about this?
You know, I was going to ask you the same thing.
All right, I'm just gonna walk up to him.
No idea. Oh, my God.
You're gonna walk up to Fyodor?
Yep, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna look at everybody else at the table. Be like, hey, could you guys give us a few minutes, please? We got some serious business to discuss.
You see one of the orcs, and he goes, "You're interrupting the game.
And you're interrupting the good work at Tibanerius.
We don't give rats. Patuki." Wait, can I say that?
You could say ass.
Oh, far enough into that. I was like, how far are we in? Duh.
It's like the first minute.
I don't give rats ass. What do you think?
Yeah, well, all right. Here's the deal. You guys have been causing some problems here in town to coots and knit staffs, and well, there's a lot of concerned citizens in the area that don't really like that. So, in the good name of order and discipline, and you know, just doing the right citizenry thing to do, we're asking you kindly to leave. Yeah, there's two ways we could do this. You could pack your junk up
Stands up.
and get out
And
of
he's
town.
like, you know, very, very large orc. And he goes, "I smash face." And you see Fyodor, and he pats him on the arm, and he goes, No. I want to hear little man out.
Yep, it's either you pack all your stuff up, we give you to the end of the week, and you are out of here. And of course, we'll stick around and make sure that, you know, nothing crazy happens. Or, well, we kind of have to force you to leave town.
Were you sent here by the bloodsuckers?
Well, you know, actually, I kind of found that out myself, that those guys are not exactly on the up and up either. Don't worry, we're going to be dealing with them too.
You know what, I tell you what. You leave us be, and we will pay you to wipe out the vampires. Big money.
Yeah, well, I get paid in
That's what you do, right? You paladins, you come out and you wipe out monsters. We humble orcs. We're not bothering anybody. Them are monsters. They suck the blood of innocent people.
Well, so here's the thing. You've got the name Crime Syndicate attached to your last name there.
Nobody say that.
Actually, lots of people say that.
Lies spread by the vampires. We are businessmen.
Yeah, it just sounds like a politician's way of saying crime lord.
This is my brother. You do this job for us, and we will make sure you have protection for the rest of your life. Or else, you may meet your god a lot sooner than you think.
Yeah, it looks like we're at an impasse here. I guess it's time to force your hand. Let's step outside, gentlemen.
Are you intimidating or persuading?
You know, they're both charisma. I'm gonna go with persuasion.
This sounded very much like a threat.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to persuade him.
Meddlebee's gonna die.
It's a fucking nat 20. It's a fucking nat 20. Oh, and I get advantage, but you know, still.
Go ahead, roll.
Let's see if I get a double nat.
Roll a double nat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 15,
Okay,
which would have been a dirty 20.
Yeah. So there you go.
It's a 20 either way.
20 either way.
Nice.
Yeah. You think you take us?
Yeah.
All right. And he taps the table, and he goes, "Hold it for me." To the dealer, and this is a table full of orcs. Like, there's nobody else here except for the dealer, who is this poor little dwarven guy who is like shaking in his boots, you know. And so he, you know, does that little like, yeah, I'll do that. So he, since we can't scuffle inside, we take you an alley and teach you lesson.
Yeah, it sounds like a good deal.
So you see a couple of the orcs. They stand up and they start leading, and another orc, he drags you like up by your collar and then pushes you in front of him, and then makes you walk out. You see this happening. Are you joining?
So I didn't join him at the table.
Yeah.
But I see all of this happening. So what I'm gonna do, I can only assume that they're taking him to an alley.
Yeah.
Desperately look at Urmagerd and be like, whip mouth the word help.
I'm just gonna like face palm, be like, what the hell did he do now? I'm going to. Is there access to the roof from inside?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to the roof.
Okay.
That way I have like an aerial view of everything right now.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do right now.
Okay.
Just kind of
You get to
watch
the
this
roof.
transpire.
And when you get to the roof, you see a tall elf standing up there, and he's smoking a cigar. And he kind of turns around, looks at you, and then he looks you up and down, and he goes, "You here for a show?"
Kind of.
How much
Right,
you
well-
want to bet that the little man gets his face smashed in?
Well, he's kind of feisty. I think I'm gonna bet on him.
You ass.
All right. I like those odds. Put money on that.
Well, I mean, how much?
How much you willing to bet for your friend's life?
1 copper.
I want a little bit of symbolism. You do 5 pieces of silver. Yeah.
I mean, as it is, Meddlebee only has 1 gold.
I don't even know how much I have right now.
That's ridiculous. I only have
Yeah.
1 gold.
Hey, he makes a bet with you, right? But he's clearly he's an elf.
So what brings you up here? Who are you?
He introduces himself as
Oh, I got more money than I thought I did.
Giuseppe.
I got 68 gold.
He introduces himself as Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
Yeah.
Giuseppe. Okay.
And he's a obviously one of the vampires because he has that kind of sickening metal smell. And as he's talking, you can't actually roll me a perception check.
15.
Yeah, as he's talking, the moonlight, when it hits, it kind of bounces off his face a little bit when you can see like blood fresh in his teeth. Where like he is sitting on the roof moonlighting after eating somebody. So yeah, he just had a snack and now he's having an after snack cigar.
You work for the Dawn?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, he sent us here to. He said, whack these orcs. So I think that's what Meddlebee's trying to do. Just give them a good old booty tap. Send them on their way.
I don't understand how you say, the way you paladins do things. But yeah, we'll see how that favors.
I'm gonna cast message real quick. So all this does is I can like look at someone and just send a
Yeah.
message to them that only they can hear. So I'm gonna tell Meddlebee, hey, I'm up on the roof. I got your back. Like I'm watching you, but I did bet bet on you.
Yeah.
Don't lose. type thing.
Yeah.
And you can respond to me where only I can hear.
Giuseppe, he says, if your amigo loses, I eat him.
Well, maybe just a sip. You can't have all his blood.
Bene. Molto bene.
Wow.
I'm a sharer, okay?
I imagine at this point though, like your message wasn't ended, and I heard that last part.
Yep.
In the meantime, before that happens, you are brought out to the alleyway, and like you're surrounded by a bunch of orcs, and they're talking to you, and trying to like convince you, like, yeah, hey, little man, buzz off, and but you're not having it, right?
Absolutely not.
And then you get Urmagerd's message before you get a very, very large orcish fist to your gut. That's a D6.
You didn't even roll a hit.
You're never mind. You're getting hit. That's a 1 point of bludgeoning damage. So your armor did something for you.
All right.
So you are now in initiative order. But the way I'm going to do it this way is that it's going to be just a back and forth, right? So there are 4 guys, but only one of them's kind of beating you up, really.
Okay.
But if it seems to be that you're winning, more guys will join in.
Okay.
So that's how it's going to be. Let me bring up...
As a bonus action, can I cast Bardic Inspiration?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
So I know I have was it D6?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. It'll probably be for all of battle because it's for 10 minutes.
Sweet.
So.
All right. How many hit points do you have?
I have 50. Well, now I have 51.
You have 51 hit points?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to make these a little bit more than this, but okay.
There's several of them.
There's several of them. All right, so this is how it's going to go. He's already hit you once. You need to roll to hit.
All right. I'm gonna pull out my lance, and I'm going to.
Oh, you're going to play dirty.
Absolutely. I don't. I'm serious with these guys. That's gonna be a 15 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's gonna be 1d10 plus 3. So that's gonna be so 11 points of piercing damage. But bonus action, thunderous smite. It's an extra 2d6. So an extra 5 points of thunder damage.
16?
Yeah.
Your retaliation with you just whipping out that, what'd you say it was?
It was a lance.
Your lance? You just whip at that lance and you just shoo right through the guy, right? They're not wearing armor. They're just wearing suits, So you just gut this guy. Straight up just. And when you do that, right, you jab him and his, stab him, whatever, and then with the thunder damage, his body just goes up against the brick wall, like basically like springs right off your lance, and he smacks up against the wall, and he basically like sticks for a second, and then.
Is he dead?
Oh yeah.
All right. I get my second attack.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I go for the next guy. That's going to be a dirty. Oh no, excuse me. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that's going to be 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay. You heard him.
Okay.
You heard him.
All right.
He's raspy breaths, but not dead. The next guy, he's gonna get up and he's enraged. He's angry, like very angry.
Is Fido out there with him?
Fight
What the hell's his name? The big dude, the son.
Oh yeah, Fyodor.
Fyodor.
Fyodor's out there.
Fido.
I remember his name.
Yeah, he's out there.
Okay.
Theodore.
Fyodor is out there.
Okay. So is he one of the 4, or is he
He's
in addition to the 4?
He's in addition to the 4.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Well, now there's 4.
now 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the other guy, one of the other guys that you didn't hurt yet, is going to pull out a great axe and he's going to swing at you. And that is a nat 20 with a +5 to hit, so 25.
Well, yeah, that hits.
So that is 1.
Ow.
Yeah.
Great axe is what, a D12?
Yeah. So 7 plus 3 is 10. Doubled is 20. So 20 points of slashing damage. As you start to get your butt handed to you. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that just the one guy slashes at you.
Great. Yeah, so all right, I'll make 2 more attacks. That's going to be 21 to hit.
Yep.
Actually,
Which guy are you going for? The guy you previously hit,
22.
or the guy who just whacked you with the great axe?
I'm gonna finish off the guy that I've already hit.
Okay.
So that was a 22 to hit.
Mhm.
That's gonna be D10 plus 3. That's 12.
Well, yeah, he's dead.
All right, I'm gonna go for the next guy, the guy that just hit me.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
Okay.
That's gonna be 12 again. Plus, I'm gonna put Thunderous Smite into that, so that's 2d6, and that's another 3 points of thunder damage.
Okay, so when you do that, you stab him, and then he off the thing and flies down the alleyway. And basically, like when he does, he smacks up against the thing, but then his own great axe goes and like cuts him in half.
Great! Look, I told you we could do this the easy
So now
way.
it's
or
one
the
guy
hard way.
and Fyodor. So then Fyodor, he whistles really loud, and all of a sudden a bunch of orcs just like start piling down into the alleyway. There's now 10 orcs.
Great.
Yeah. Besides Fyodor. Fyodor is standing watching. Urmagerd, while you're standing up there, Lady Fiorella comes out onto the roof, and she goes, "Ha! Get!" And points to the guy next to you, and Giuseppe just kind of goes,
I
You
like
see him-
Giuseppe.
You see him, he kind of like, chucks his cigar, and then he jumps down and lands on top of one of the orcs. And you see this as soon as like all the orcs like come out, this person just right on top of one of the guys, and like immediately just you see like blood splurts all up across the thing, whatever. As
Yeah,
he
throw
like
up a
just
little bit.
writes into his neck. And then he stands up and his face is all like bloody or whatever, and there's a dead orc on the ground with his head basically decapitated.
Yeah, I throw up a little bit.
Yeah. What was your roll for, Kristen?
Well, I was going to try to cast Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level,
Yeah.
but I was going to try to do it stealthy so that Giuseppe didn't see me try to cheat our bet.
Oh, okay. You can still cast it, yeah.
Okay.
He has no idea you're doing it anyway, because now he's just gone down and absolutely eviscerated this guy.
So I am aiming this towards
Fyodor.
Ficus. Yeah.
I love the names.
I can't remember his name. Do you have it written down?
Yeah, it's right there. Fyodor. It's right your face this whole time. I love you.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to aim it at him.
Okay.
So
What's he have to do to...
target makes a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's the save?
Go back to your spells list, and it should be at the top what your spell save DC should be.
11.
It's 11?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say he's not that bright, so he has a -1.
Okay.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. So, on a successful save, the target takes half the damage only.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage.
So it's 46.
Okay.
So 5, 6, 2, and 6. So 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Ooh.
And then,
But 19 is the halved or 19 halved?
19 halved.
Oh, okay. I did that wrong. So 19 divided by 2, rounded up, is 10. There we go. Okay. And then what was it? I'm sorry. Ooh, can I have one? I guess.
That's it. Yeah,
Something.
that's.
Just that?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So this is how the initiative is going to go. So orcs are going to go first, basically. Meddlebee is going second. Giuseppe. Sure. I don't know if you have any fruity or anything, but I'll go with that.
We have fruity stuff. Do you want something fruity?
I'll drink this. He already opened it.
He can down. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you will go fourth.
Okay.
So it's going to go orcs, Meddlebee, Giuseppe, and then Urmagerd.
Cool.
That's how it's going to go. So you just went, so now it'll technically be back to the top of the round unless you won't had anything else you can do.
No, I don't think there's anything else I can do.
All right,
Let me...
so they obviously can't see you. So the orcs can't exactly attack you yet. Oh, thank you. I want to taste it because nope. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Did you hear the order?
Yeah, so it's going to be orcs, then me.
Yep. So it's the orcs' turn. They're going to go ahead and attack at you. The one guy is he's just gonna swing, but he's got brass knuckles on.
Okay.
So his punch is going to be, instead of a D6, it's going to be a D10. So that's his punch. Plus his strength modifier, which is a...
That's rough.
Strength modifier plus 3. Okay. And he misses you. So...
Good.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, here's my lance.
Hmm?
It's going to be a 18 to hit.
Yes. Ooh. Don't breathe in while you're drinking something.
11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Is he still standing?
Which guy? The guy with the...
The one that just hit me, or tried to hit me.
Yeah, he's still standing.
That's going to be 18 to hit.
Okay.
4 points of piercing damage.
You did 11 and then 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got him.
I got him?
Yep.
All right, cool. Oh, I didn't have to use one of my spell slots. Sweet. All right.
Cool. So now it's Giuseppe's turn. He's going to jump onto one of the other guys, and he's going to make a bite attack. Oh, and he misses because the guy dodges out of the way, I guess. Even though he's super fast and technically vampire by himself, he could probably tear all these guys to pieces. But for the sake of the fight. Urmagerd, your turn.
Same thing, Dissonant Whispers, except at first level. On... Theodore.
Okay.
So, again, wisdom saving throw of 11.
Wisdom saving throw of 11. Ooh, he fails that one. He gets 1.
Ooh. Okay. So on a failed save, you take the full or 3d6 psychic damage. You must immediately use your reaction if you have one, and you have to move as far away from me as you can using the safest route.
Okay.
So 6 and 6 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Alrighty. So he takes the full brunt of it, and then he like grabs his head, kind of and then he runs out into the street.
Was he in my melee range?
No.
Well, my melee range is 10 feet.
You're kind of surrounded by other orcs. He's kind of watching.
All right.
Yeah. He was closer to the end of the alley. You guys are a little bit more in there.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not gonna get his hands dirty unless he has to.
I was trying to get his hands dirty.
Does a cab happen to be driving by at the time he runs into the street?
Roll me a percentage dice.
A percentage?
Yeah.
How do I do that again?
It's the 2d10s.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Can I have another one?
Well, you
Well, oh.
D10.
Oh, okay. So what is that?
That's a 16.
That's a 9.
Oh, that's a 19.
19? No.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
It's kind of one of those like 19% chance.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. I see what we were doing.
Yeah. So now it's back to the orcs' turn. Orcs are gonna fist ball. They're gonna tag team you. So now there's 2 orcs that are gonna attack you.
Okay.
First orc swings with brass knuckles, as well as the other guy that did that, and he misses. The second orc, he's gonna pull out a machete. And what's your armor class?
20.
What?
Yeah, you have a shield.
Wait, hold on. Machete is actually that just hits you. Yeah, that would just hit you.
That's
Okay.
unfortunate.
Yeah. So like, that would just hit you.
What's a
But-
machete? Like a short sword D6?
Yeah, it's a D6.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a big, strong orc, so I get to add his strength modifier to it.
Yeah, it's all right.
So, yeah, no, I think a machete is like a +3 to hit. So yeah, he just hit you. So I got a 6 + 3, so 9 points of slashing damage. Giuseppe is gonna keep going at the guy he attacked. Oh, man, Giuseppe's not doing well. So his bite attack misses. And then he's gonna claw with his hands. That makes it. Okay. He claws at the guy, and claws are 4, 7, 11. Sweet. Okay. The guy is bleeding out. He's not like dead, but he's gushing. All right. Urmagerd, your turn. You're still on the roof, so you can still see Fyodor.
How far is he?
He's in the middle of the road. Technically, you're up on the roof, which is like a 4-story building. And he's out in the road. So technically, he's about, all in all, vertical and horizontal length, I'd say about 100 feet from you.
Okay. So I'm going to use my crossbow.
Okay.
Because that's 120. What is my modifier on this? Hold on. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22? To hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So 5, 6, 7 points of damage. And then
You adding something to that?
no.
Nope, just 7 points of damage.
Yes.
All right, cool.
And then is there like
Goodness, there we go.
a ladder or something leading down?
There's like a fire escape.
Does that lead more towards Meddlebee or more towards...
More towards the back of the alley, going down, and you'll be behind the group of orcs. So, here, I'll draw a little picture for you.
Okay, I think I know what you're saying.
So, here's the casino edge.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the building next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Here's the street.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, Fjordor ran over here.
Mm-hmm.
You're standing about up here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then Meddlebee is about right down here.
Mm-hmm.
The
Gotcha.
fire escape's about there.
So it would put
which
me
you can
out back
get down
there.
to, and it would put you out right down here.
Gotcha.
The orcs are all surrounding him like this.
Gotcha.
And of course Giuseppe's like right here at the base. I drew a little diagram to help Kristen.
I need visuals.
The big dots are the important people.
Yeah.
Is
What's your movement speed?
Or half elf. It should be 35.
I think...
Oh, it's 30.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think mine's only 30.
Yeah, it's 30.
Yeah, 30.
30? Okay. What's your dexterity modifier?
Dex is +2.
Okay. Roll me a acrobatics to see how quickly you can get down to the base of the fire escape. You can't get all the way down because it would take a little bit to get the you'd have to knock the ladder off to have it fall down so you can climb
Right.
down.
So 18, 19, 20, 22, 23.
23. Yeah. Okay. So you can definitely make it down there pretty quickly. I'm gonna say if you wanted that extra without doing any sort of bonus action or action, right, to push. We're gonna use the rule of parkour. Go ahead and roll me an additional acrobatics.
Mm-hmm. Same exact thing.
Sweet. Yeah. You're able, instead of having to knock the ladder down, you're able to jump down. Like
Cool.
just whoosh, and then parkour off of the fire escape and land behind the group of orcs there. Or
Okay.
like right next to that guy.
Cool. Okay.
But I'm not gonna give him a attack of opportunity.
'Kay.
So because it is the orc's next turn anyway, so he's gonna attack you because you surprised him. So now you're next to him, and he's gonna boom. You know. So I'm not gonna call it a reaction. I'm just gonna call it their turn.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your DC
16.
or AC? Excuse me. Sweet. He hits you, and he's got a dagger, which is a dagger is a +2 to hit, I think, right? And it's a D4. Yeah, 1D4, right?
Yeah.
So 2 points of piercing damage as he jabs at you.
Okay.
Yeah, so now it is Giuseppe's turn. He's going to bite at the guy he's been working on. Oh, much better. I rolled a nat 20. With his vampire senses, he finishes off that guy and goes ahead and what did I do his bite attack at? I can't remember. Oh no, because he hasn't bitten anybody yet. So 4, 6. Yeah. So and then he gets the other guy with just a light bite as he bounces from one orc to the other orc. It is now. Oh, I skipped you on accident. Sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna turn to the orc that's like between me and Fyodor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make an attack against him.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be that's a 15.
Yep.
Oh, that hits. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
They're kind of squishy.
D10. Oh, that's the wrong D10. So that's 9 points of piercing damage. I'm gonna divine smite him. That's 2d8. 4, 7. So 11 points of radiant damage. Then,
With your lance?
with my lance, so 11 points of radiant damage on top of the. What did I say? Is it 11? He did 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh no, he's dead.
Anyway, he's dead. So I'm gonna use.
Don't matter anyway.
And then I'm going to. So after you deal damage to a creature with your Divine Smite feature, you can use Channel Divinity and distribute temporary hit points to creatures of your choice within 30 feet of you, which can include you. So I'm going to do that to myself. So I'm going to Channel Divinity, 2d8 plus. What is that? 2d8 plus 3? 2d8 plus 5. So 2, 6, so 8, so 13. So I'm going to get back 13 hit points.
Cool.
Nice. And then I'm going to take my second attack. Actually, no, I'm going to try to close the distance to Fyodor
Okay.
and make an attack against him.
Okay. Yeah, you can get close enough. I'll say that he's kind of moved back onto the sidewalk, so he's not quite in the street anymore.
11. 17.
Well, he's also a boss, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll say it hits.
Okay, so 17 hits. All right. So 9 plus 3 is 11. I can do Divine Smite on each of my attacks, right?
I think you can.
Pretty sure I can. It's kind of like the whole thing for Paladins.
Yeah.
So 11 points of piercing damage, and then 6 and 8. So 14 points of radiant damage.
Oh, plus your how much for the other one?
11. So total of 25.
Oh, damn. All right. I don't know if I did the math right, but whatever it is, okay, he's not looking so hot.
I gave you the opportunity to leave peacefully. It's kind of on you there, bud.
All right. I'm going to give you an opportunity for cool points.
Cool points.
Cool points. Bring up. Don't do it now. It'll be on your next turn. But bring up that prayer that I gave you, that I sent you.
Oh, you sent me the prayer.
I sent you the prayer. Okay. So anyway, it is now your turn because I've already accidentally did Giuseppe's turn.
Well,
I guess I'm just going to use my Morning Star to the closest person.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, there's an orc close enough.
Closest orc, I should say.
Yeah. You're dwindling them down pretty fast. I think there's only like 5 left.
19 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage.
Ooh. Ouchie. Yeah.
And then I'm going to Divine Smite.
Okay.
So that's an extra 2d8. 9 extra points of damage.
Yeah, he did.
Nice.
Perfect. It is now the orc's turn. One of the orcs is going to come up behind you and try to attack you, Meddlebee. And he misses because you have
Behind you, Meddlebee.
a freaking high AC.
It's what you get for wearing plate armor. Oh, yeah.
But he gets advantage because he's sneaking up on you.
Really?
I literally rolled the same number. All right. Go ahead. Your turn.
My turn? All right. Ego te absolvo e pactus tuis in nomine patris et filii et spiritus sancti. And then I'm going to attack him. That's not going to hit, even with my 2 plus 6, 8 plus 6, 14. It's not going to hit.
No.
Can you still use my bardic inspiration I gave you?
I just used it.
Oh.
That's a natural one. So, yeah, no, I missed both times. I got too caught up in my prayer. And
Your cool points kind of just went.
do I get advantage with my cool points?
You know what? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say, since you're being a paladin and you're praying and you're doing your thing, yeah.
All right, that's going to hit. That's a 16 natural, so it's a 22.
Yep, that hits.
Great.
Okay.
Let's finish this game up. Where's my D10?
You messed up the one word and you had to say it again.
That's a 10 plus 3 is 13.
Yeah. So as you say this, this prayer of penance, you take your lance and then describe how you're gonna basically
All right,
murk
so
this guy.
Meddlebee, he holds his lance up to the sky, and then he points it at Fyodor, and he says the prayer of penance, and then he runs at him, and he jabs it like up under his rib cage, comes out the back, and then he pushes him off to the ground. He closes his eyes, and he turns around to the other guys. Then he says another prayer. He goes, "Per sacrosancta humanae reparationis mysteria remitat tibi omnipotentis Deus omnis pericentis et futuri vitae ponis per daci portis et periat et ad gadia te sepiterna perducat." Amen, and he's going to take a second attack.
Amen. Which was that one?
Through the holy mysteries of our redemption, may Almighty God release you from all punishments in this life and in the life to come.
Yeah, I love that. All right, go ahead.
That's cocked as hell. That's going to be, that's a 6 plus 6 is 12. 13.
Hold on. That might hit.
Oh, sweet. Say, well, I biff it.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead.
All right. Whoop. You're at 9 plus 3 is 12. And then I'm going to second level Divine Smite.
Okay.
So that's 3d8.
A little bit overkill, but okay.
He's probably dead. All right, that's 7. 13. And 2, so 15. 15 points of
On top of your
radiant damage on top of my 12. So
27.
27, yeah.
There are now orc guts
Just explodes. Just
all over the alleyway. Yeah. He just, he was just divine. Giuseppe looks a little hurt as he kind of, as that, like,
well, that's right. It was radiant damage.
but it doesn't, like, hurt him too bad. The other orcs are now frightened. They, disadvantage. Poop their pants. And they run away. So you have taken care of Fyodor.
All right. Well, it's a job well done.
Giuseppe walks over to the body of Fyodor. He pulls out 2 copper pieces and he puts them on the eyes of Fyodor.
I pat him on the
And
back.
he crosses him. And then he kind of just stands up and, like, spits on the ground next to him.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. Well,
I just walk up to Giuseppe and just hold my hand out.
Oh, yeah. He hands you. What was the bet for?
1 copper.
Yeah, he hands you a copper piece, and he goes, well, technically, it would be 2 copper pieces.
Yep.
He's like, so he hands you the 2 copper pieces, and he goes, and he hands you a gold piece.
Told you he's a feisty one.
Sorry, you did call him feisty.
And he goes, if you need anything, give me a call. And he just kind of walks off down the road, lights another cigar.
I like Giuseppe. Giuseppe.
Takes his jacket, flips it over his shoulder.
We look at Fiorella. Well, Hank, it's time we see your old man.
And she's like, I'm coming down. So she comes down a few seconds, a few minutes later or whatever. And she goes, we should catch a cab and talk to my father.
I think that's a great idea.
Plus, we should get out of here pretty quickly. Even though this is a neutral zone, the Kuznetsov family is not going to exactly like this very much.
Kind of like to clean up. I'm a little messy.
Kuznetsov. I said that wrong. Kuznetsov. There we go. Kuznetsov. Whatever.
Before we get into a cab, I run up the road to Peter.
Peter.
Bless you. And I just kind of tell him what happened, just that way he can prepare himself if they try to come after him.
Peter?
Yeah.
Peter's in a totally different district.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It would take a while to. That's a detour out of the way in the middle of the orcish territory. So Fiorella would never go there
Gotcha.
into that. Yeah. But good thinking though. I mean, he's probably hiding anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
This might be a 2-parter.
So, you guys make your way back to the mansion, basically, and Federico is sitting in his chair as you guys come in, and he says, "I hear you did very well. I want to extend my gratitude to you, and if there's anything you need when you're in Morift, you just give a holler, and my men will be there to assist you."
Full transparency there, Federico. I don't appreciate the lack of forthcoming with the fact that you guys are, how do I put this gently?
Vampires?
Yeah, it's the nail, puts the nail in the coffin on that one.
He kind of smiles what is that? Like amused, a bemused smile. And he goes, I can understand your qualms with working with a vampire, but I promise you that you stay out of our hair and we'll stay out of your hair.
Yeah, I think this once Urmagerd and I might turn a blind eye, only because those orcs they did.
Just leave the children alone.
He goes, no promises.
Yeah, just this once. We'll turn a blind eye, only because you did put us onto a crime syndicate, and for that's kind of a good work, and that's that's good and somewhat holy.
He kind of chuckles a little bit and he goes, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
I'll never forget what you fellas did for me today. This will kind of send a message to the yeah.
Kuznetsov.
Yeah. This will send a message to, I was saying it just fine earlier. To the orcish family, and it might drive them out of the city, or at least back a little ways.
Meddlebee rubbed the back of his head. Yeah, you kind of promised us a reward. I'm not usually one to take a reward or money after doing good charitable deeds, but well, kind of would be nice after this one. Get some things to take care of.
Yeah, I promised you payment, and payment you shall receive. And he kind of snaps his fingers and he goes, "This here's Polly. He's my bookkeeper. Polly, what can we give these men?" And he sits down. He's got a little, like, basically like a calculator. And
An abacus.
and he goes, looks up at the dawn, not saying a word. He just kind of, he goes, "All right, here's what I'm going to do for you. Because you helped me out so much, I'm going to give you each 350 gold pieces. And you each get one of my gems that's worth 2 platinum.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's,
Each one of those gems
Mighty
is
generous.
Each one of those gems is carved with my family crest. You can use it as a, let's say, status symbol. Don't go spending it all in one place now.
gem worth how much was it?
It's 2 platinum.
So 20 gold.
No, that's 200 gold. A platinum is technically 100 gold,
No, it's 10. They
Yeah.
go by increments of 10.
except for gold to platinum. Gold to platinum is 100.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put 200 gold pieces.
Just put a gem worth 2 platinum. It's a Angelo family crest, or gem with Angelo family crest worth 2 platinum. Technically, he's telling you don't sell this one. You know, like, this is your status symbol. You come here, you flash this, you're safe. Kind
Right.
of thing. Yeah.
Well, next time we're in Morift, we will let people know.
You have my gratitude. And, may Dalenar be with you.
Yeah. Dalelock with you as well, and Tibanerius.
Yes. And Tibanerius.
Great guys.
Every time I sneeze when I'm doing his voice, I lose it. So, Meddlebee and Urmagerd just stopped a turf war between 2 mobs.
Level up. I got my ass handed to me.
You did really well, actually. You
did.
you killed 8 orcs.
I was to say, I 1v1 quite a few.
I mean, considering that the orcs, they're only like a challenge rating of a half,
Yeah.
but like, still, you took on a bunch. Yeah. That was a lot of orcs.
Hell yeah.
And Meddlebee's a badass.
With a -1 for initiative.
With a
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's like one of the greatest stat blocks of all time. It's like, yeah, strength 17, constitution 16, charisma 15, dex 9.
Nice. So awesome. That was another Paladin adventure. What do you guys think? Did you like the kind of the mafia take on it?
I did. I thought that was actually really fun. I mean, you spoiled a little bit of it beforehand.
I did a little bit,
but no,
yeah.
it went in a really it was a
Yeah.
fun direction.
That's only because I was trying to figure out which accents I should use for the characters, and I totally screwed them all up. Because the orcs are supposed to have a French accent, and I'm like, but I want my orcs to have a Russian accent. So, did you figure out which movie it was that I?
No.
No. All right. Should I tell him? All right. I watched the Boondock Saints last night.
Wow, that is definitely not the direction I thought that was going to go. I love the Boondock Saints. The Boondock Saints is one of my favorite.
I was trying to drop
movies.
very subtle hints a little bit. So, like, having the prayer before you killed the guy, the Italians versus the Russians,
I didn't even. Yeah, didn't
Yeah.
even cross my mind. Cool, because I was thinking.
I said Boston several times.
well, again, see, you were talking about vampires, and I was sitting here trying to think. I was like, what vampire movie takes place in Boston?
Yeah, that kind of threw you off. A little
It
bit.
did, yeah.
But like, I like that like Twilight feel of where the vampires are like the higher up vampires, or whatever. They're like basically mafia. Yeah. So I kind of adapted that in and turned it into, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's my inspiration for this particular episode.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Well, this has been another round at the Groggy Donkey. We are an adult D&D actual play based on 5e podcast by a group of just nerdy friends and family, solely for entertainment. And obviously our Paladin Adventures are more for laughs than anything else. But stay tuned for another round, and we'll be excited to get back into our regularly scheduled program, hopefully next week.
Hopefully.
And we'll see you for another round here. Stay groggy, everyone. Thank you for joining us at the Groggy Donkey for this exciting tale. If you liked what you heard, like and follow us on social media. We can be found on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Groggy Donkey. Please tell all your friends about us, and we hope to see you and them next week for another round here at the Groggy Donkey. Stay groggy, everyone.
Oh, the Groggy Donkey calls us home, where the adventurers spirit roam. From the shadows to the dawn, our bond is never gone. We adventurers spirit roam. From the shadows to the dawn, our bond is never gone.